tall plant with a trunk, branches, and leaves. We have an apple tree in our backyard. You don't see many tropical trees in this state. There are many tall trees in the forest. The owl lives in the hollow tree. We have evergreen trees in our area. That's an old tree. Let's sit under a shady tree. There are many fallen trees around here. He chopped down the dead tree. The kids climbed the big tree. We want to plant more trees in the yard. The tree is growing fast. The tree fell during the storm. We cleaned up the tree branches after the big storm. The tree trunk is very wide. The tall tree fell during the storm. Let's have a picnic under the tree. There's a bird in the tree. The dog chased the cat up the tree.
Version: a description or story that is different from another person's description, something that is different from another. We have heard many versions of how the accident happened. I have an old version of the computer software. I need the newer version of the software. She is reading a short version of the novel. I want the complete version of the novel. We have the basic version of that video game. They are releasing the improved version of the operating system next month. There is an advanced version of that book. I checked out the hardback version of that book from the library. He made a customized version of the model car. Tell your version of the story. We discovered several versions of the book. I believe John's version of the events. They are making another version of the movie. The computer company is introducing their newest software version next month.
Wave. Moving water above the surface of the ocean, lake, or river. The swimmers got stuck in a tidal wave. The surfers waited for a big wave. The children played in the little waves on the beach. I love the sound of crashing waves. He loves to ride the waves at the local beach. The waves crash against the rocks. The kids play in the waves. She was splashed by the waves. They were playing in the waves at the beach. The dolphins jump over the waves in the ocean.
Wave. To move the hands back and forth, to get someone's attention or say hello. To move back and forth or up and down. She happily waved to her friend. Parents proudly waved to their children during the graduation ceremony. He was waving frantically at the police car. He shyly waved to a girl. The leaves gently waved in the wind. He waved to his friend. She waved her hand at him. He waved a flag to get their attention.
Advance. Something made at an earlier time. She was happy to receive an advance copy of the author's book. We received an advance warning to move out of the apartment.
Advance. Forward movement. Early payment. Development or improvement of something. The army halted the enemy's advance. We made many technological advances last century. My work offered me an advance. Our ideas include modern technological advances. Our company has made big advances in medicine. I took out a cash advance from my credit card.
Advance. To move forward, to give early payment, to develop. The football team quickly advanced down the field. The philosopher considerably advanced our understanding of the universe. We have advanced from primitive to highly sophisticated people. Some students advance beyond the need for dictionaries. The troops advanced onto the city.
Alcohol. A clear liquid used in drinks that can make people drunk. A liquid that is used in medicines or chemicals. Excessive alcohol consumption can be dangerous. I do not like strong alcohol. I used rubbing alcohol to clean the wound. Children should not drink alcohol. He stays away from alcohol. He found an alcohol bottle in the cabinet. The alcohol content is high. Alcohol abuse is a problem in our society.
Anywhere. At any place. Please sit anywhere you want. Accidents can happen anywhere. You can find that camera anywhere. She never goes anywhere. She just stays home. I need a small purse I can take anywhere. Argument. A disagreement in an angry way. An explanation of an opinion. It turned into a bitter argument. I had a little argument with my friend this morning. Her speech included a powerful argument. It was a pretty weak argument. His basic argument was not enough to convince his parents. The lawyer gave his closing argument. A heated argument erupted outside my apartment. She made one last argument. I'd like to hear your argument. They have rejected my argument. His argument depends on faulty logic. They've finally settled their argument. The argument is about gun control. She had an argument with her parents. The argument was between her sisters. His arguments against raising taxes appealed to voters. Basically, mostly, in the most important way. His conclusion is basically correct. This test is basically meaningless, since I have already passed the class. I've got a small cold, but I'm basically healthy. These houses are basically the same. The classrooms are basically unchanged since I was in school. They basically ignored my advice. I basically agree with her plan. This drink consists basically of alcohol. Belt. A strap usually worn around the waist. Flexible strap used in machines. She's wearing a leather belt. He has black leather shoes and a matching belt. He is getting his timing belt replaced. Items were placed on a conveyor belt. I forgot to buckle my belt. He was having a hard time unbuckling his belt. He should tighten his belt. That's a large belt buckle.
Bench. A long seat for 2 or more people. A work table. Let's sit on that park bench. We put a metal bench in the patio. This bench is too hard. He put all of his tools on the workbench. Let's sit on that bench. They find homeless people sleeping on park benches.
Closed. Not open. The store is closed. How long will the office remain closed? Please keep the window closed. Her eyes were half closed. The restaurant is permanently closed. We will be closed for the holidays. The country club is closed to the public.
Closely. At a short distance. The 2 people have been closely involved for many years. The police discovered that the 2 crimes are closely related. We are closely approaching the end of the project. Let's compare the two items closely. They examined the evidence closely before making a verdict. We closely followed the election results all evening. Listen closely for any drips. Look at the details closely. Watch closely for any changes in color.
Commission. Money paid for providing a service or for selling something. He is paid a high commission for each sale. The salesman gets a small commission for selling cheap goods. The banker has a fixed commission that does not change. We earn commission for everything we sell. Does the company pay commission? He earned $5,000 in commission. They receive a 20% commission for every product they sell.
Complaint. A statement saying that you are not happy about something. Noise is a common complaint around here. His only complaint about dinner was the dessert. She made a small complaint about the noise level. His biggest complaint was the lack of service. He filed a formal complaint against his boss. That's a valid complaint. There have been many customer complaints at that hotel. They have a complaint about the food. She is planning to bring a complaint against her workplace. The business gets complaints often. The Human Resources Department deals with complaints frequently. I hope the court ignores that ridiculous complaint. Please fill out a complaint form if you have a problem. Please write a complaint letter if you are unhappy. They made a complaint about the fireworks and noise. He filed a complaint against his school. She never gets a complaint from customers. She filed a noise complaint to the police. She filed a complaint of harassment at work.
Connect. To bring together or join. Please directly connect the power cord to the machine. You can wirelessly connect to the Internet. You need to physically connect the two cables. Their stories are closely connected. Connect the cable line to your television. A bridge connects the old building with the new building. Remember to connect the battery.
Consist. To be made of. The salad consists entirely of vegetables. The report consisted mainly of unproven data. His diet generally consists of meat and potatoes. The dessert basically consisted of chocolate and sugar.
Contract. A formal agreement in writing. They offered him a long-term contract. The formal contract is official. A promise is only a verbal contract. Most people are given a standard contract. The legal contract cannot be broken. The current contract needs modifying. The business needs a big contract. Do you have a written contract? The company bid for the contract. I hope our company gets the contract. We lost the contract. The secretary will draw up a new contract. Please sign the contract. They have to honor the contract. We want to cancel the contract. The contract expires soon. I would like a contract extension. I am a contract worker. We are in contract negotiations. Your job description is in the contract. He is under contract. The contract is between the company and the employee. Do you have a written contract with your landlord?
Contribute. To give or offer something. To cause something. They contribute generously to local schools. Our company financially contributes to charities. My roommate and I contribute equally to the household budget. Some foods directly contribute to weight gain. His research largely contributed to the success of the project. Do you contribute to charity? She contributes half of her paycheck towards homeless charities.
Copy. Something that is made to look the same as something else. We need an accurate copy. He made a cheap copy of the painting. The painting is a carbon copy. There is only one master copy. Please make an additional copy. Save a hard copy for your records. That book is my only copy. The magazine will give away one free copy. The book was a hardback copy. The professor bought an old copy of the classic book. The fan wants an autographed copy. Please create a copy for yourself. Could you email him a copy? I've attached a copy for your records. Copies of the classic book were distributed to the class. How can I get a copy of that book? I have a copy of that famous painting. It's in the copy machine. We are out of copy paper. Do you have my copy of the magazine?
Copy. To make something look or be like something else. They illegally copy software. She carefully copied the design onto the final paper. Copy exactly what was written on the board. He copied down her phone number. He is copying information from a disk. She copied all of the phone numbers into her new address book. He got caught copying off another student.
Dark. The lack of light. We were camping in the pitch dark. The boys went out after dark. It's hard to see in the dark. He is afraid of the dark.
Dark. Without light. It is dark in the house. The sky will become dark. The campsite remained dark. The sky is extremely dark. The water is fairly dark. Is it already dark outside? She was afraid to go into the dark alley. He saw a dark shadow. The painting has a dark background.
Differ. To not be the same. To be different. To have a different opinion. The two brothers differ considerably. Their views differ widely on this topic. The opinions differ slightly. I beg to differ. Their salaries differ according to their skills. The test scores differ among the students. My plans differ from yours. The boys differ in size. The parents differ about school issues. The women differ with the men. Their opinions differ.
Double. An actor that does dangerous things in movies. Someone who looks just like someone else. He is the stunt double. She is her exact double.
Double. To become twice in size or amount. Our crops will more than double. The dog will double in size. We think the amount will double. Her plan is to double her amount.
Double. Twice the amount or size, being the exact same, made for two people. She is a double agent. He is doing double duty at work. We would like a double bed. We are going on a double date.
Draw. An even score in a game. The soccer game ended in a scoreless draw. The match will end in a draw. The team earned a draw. We had a draw against last year's champion.
Draw. To make a picture, to pull something, to attract. My brother can draw people's faces accurately. He carefully drew a picture of his wife. She quickly drew a sketch of the suspect. Please draw back the curtains. She was immediately drawn to him. He drew me onto the dance floor. What drew you to this line of work? She drew attention from people walking by. He draws pictures. Draw the blinds. Her performance drew attention. Drop. A decrease, a downward distance, a tiny ball of fluid. Their school experienced a big drop in enrollment. Their stock had a rapid drop. The weatherman predicted a pressure drop. There was a price drop on the house. The climber was worried about the steep drop. Do not waste a single drop. There was a tiny drop of blood on his face. I felt a teardrop. The company experienced a drop. The windstorm caused a drop in business. He wiped the drop from her face. Drops of water fell from the ceiling. The drops of sweat rolled down his face. The product recall resulted in a drop in sales. Drops of water were falling on her head.
Drop. To let something fall. To fall down. To decrease. To go downward. To leave out. She accidentally dropped her cup. She will instantly drop whatever she is doing to help others. Gently drop your arms to your sides. You will drop weight immediately if you follow my diet plan. Drop down to the ground when there is a fire. Housing prices are dropping slightly in this area. She suddenly dropped the issue. Let's drop it altogether. I dropped my wallet in the trash can. I accidentally dropped my book onto the balcony below. The thermostat will drop below freezing. The cost can drop by 20%. The parachute dropped into a cornfield. They plan to drop her from the team. Prices are dropping. Attendance is dropping. He dropped weight. Drop your arms. Can you drop the issue? She dropped a bombshell. The child dropped crumbs on the floor.
Effectively. In a way that produces the result that is desired. The source of the virus has been effectively isolated. This cream is effectively invisible on your skin. She effectively argued for art education. The doctor effectively treated the illness. Knowledge is needed to effectively teach grammar. She speaks English well enough to effectively communicate in class. We need to work together to effectively solve this problem. She organized her notes effectively before the test. She used a mop to effectively clean the floors. Disagreements keep the government from functioning effectively.
Emphasis. Special importance or attention. My parents put a lot of emphasis on good grades. Creativity is given little emphasis at home schools. There is a continued emphasis on improving test scores. The teachers put primary emphasis on comprehension. This TV program gives special emphasis to the recent disaster. Test scores and grades will be given equal emphasis. He put emphasis on studying. They give a lot of emphasis to his abilities. Reading ability received extra emphasis. Let's shift the emphasis back to what is more important for the children. The government added emphasis to environmental issues. My parents put emphasis on keeping my room clean.
Encourage. To give someone support or hope. She was greatly encouraged by the kind note. We should strongly encourage good study habits. Her friends openly encouraged her to lie. The assignment was designed to encourage creativity. Parents aim to encourage good behavior from their children. My teacher highly encourages participation during class. The new policy was designed to encourage diversity. This book was written to encourage debate. The teacher wanted to encourage confidence in her students. We hope the new laws don't encourage violence.
Equal. The same in size, amount, value, or rights. Their test scores are equal. We need to make the groups equal. We hope their abilities will become equal by the end of the year. The two sides should be exactly equal. The two candidates are almost equal. When will things be truly equal between men and women? The Canadian dollar is roughly equal to the US dollar. The pieces are nearly equal in size. They are working for equal rights. They each received an equal share of the prize. He should receive equal recognition for his work. There is an equal chance of this project succeeding or failing. Creativity and speed are of equal importance on this project.
Equal. Someone or something that is the same in size, amount, value, or rights. The two candidates are intellectual equals. He considers her as an equal. The two enemies met as equals. The debate between intellectual equals was intense. His athletic ability is without equal.
Equal. To make the same in size, amount, or value. She tried to equal his record.
Everybody. Every person. Everybody is invited to the party. Everybody will be here soon. Everybody is going. Everybody may have seat now. Everybody knows by now. Everybody stayed behind. Everybody left early. Everybody arrived on time. Everybody was upset with the news. Is everybody invited? Will everybody be attending? Does everybody know what happened? Did everybody stay longer? Did everybody leave? Did everybody show up on time?
Expand. To make bigger, to increase. He has greatly expanded his skill set. The company I work for is expanding globally. The demand for new technology is expanding rapidly. The company plans to expand into a new market. They will try to expand into China next year. They will need to expand their factory to meet demands. We have started to expand our marketing campaign. This industry continues to expand rapidly. The company wants to expand beyond building cars. The local population has expanded to over 1 million people. They are expanding into new markets. The economy is expanding more quickly than anticipated. His workload has expanded greatly in the past year. We have expanded availability of this product. This restaurant has greatly expanded the menu. She has greatly expanded her effort to change this policy. He has worked hard to expand his vocabulary. Membership has expanded greatly this year. The two companies have expanded their partnership.
Firm. A business organization or company. She works for a large firm. He left a prestigious firm to start his own company. They all work for the family firm. He works with international firms. He runs an accounting firm. They are starting a law firm this year. He founded the firm 10 years ago. She manages a local accounting firm. Her engineering firm was bought by a major corporation. They made the decision to close the firm. She joined the firm last week. The firm employs many people. The firm is expanding rapidly. His firm specializes in environmental work. The firm is based in Los Angeles.
Firm. Solid or strong, not likely to change, strict. This bed is pretty firm. Put the butter in the fridge so it will stay firm. Exercise will make your muscles firm. She held firm on her position. His answer sounds pretty firm. My new pillows are quite firm. He is quite firm with his students. She stands firm on her principles. That is a firm decision. He took a firm stance on the issue. She is a firm believer in creativity in the classroom. I don't have any firm evidence. He maintained a firm grasp on the railing. He uses a firm voice with his dog. He provided firm guidance to the students. I can't make a firm prediction yet. Fix. Solution to a problem. Amount of something that is wanted or needed, especially a drug. Difficult situation. He's looking for a quick fix. It's just a short-term fix. We're looking for a permanent fix. He needs his daily fix of cocaine. She's always looking for her next fix. I really want a caffeine fix right now. We're trying to find the right fix. He made a temporary fix. He needs a regular fix. He didn't have his fix today.
Fix. To repair or correct something. To make or do. He can easily fix the problem. The electrician fixed the problem quickly. He fixed the computer. We need to fix the problems in this presentation. He fixed his hair before the picture. She fixed lunch for the kids.
Frequent. To go somewhere regularly or often. They frequent the cafe on the corner.
Frequent. Happening often. The bus makes frequent stops. She is a frequent customer. Losing has become a frequent occurrence. The storms are increasingly frequent. Her visits are becoming extremely frequent. These injuries are frequent in the elderly. His frequent absences are noticeable. She makes frequent complaints. The frequent meetings are getting annoying. He makes frequent updates to the data. She is a frequent visitor at their house. This item can withstand frequent washing. His tardiness is a frequent occurrence. She is a frequent shopper at that store. They make frequent trips to the beach. Highway. A main road, especially one that connects towns. They want to build a new 4-lane highway. He lives near a main highway. She loves driving along coastal highways. Their car broke down on a deserted highway. I drove that highway all the time. Go south when you reach the highway. They finally exited the highway at midnight. A major accident blocked the highway. They are building a new highway between the cities. The state hasn't maintained the highways well. Highway traffic is bad in the afternoons. They are repairing the highway bridge near my house. The highway system in that area is too crowded. They are replacing the highway signs. She was stopped by the highway patrol. They are discussing highway safety at the meeting. She got onto the highway. They sped along the highway.
Hire. A new person in a job. She is meeting with the new hires. She is interviewing potential hires for the job.
Hire. To give someone a job. They hire landscape workers by the day. We prefer to hire internally if at all possible. We cannot afford to hire expensive contractors. They hired a new actor for the part. She hired an agent. They need to hire a lawyer. He's in charge of hiring new employees. Initially. At the beginning. She was initially reluctant to help. He was initially skeptical about her idea. She initially appeared confused. We initially opposed the idea. They initially estimated a lower cost for repairs. We initially promised to take them to Disneyland. The weatherman initially predicted snow.
Internal. Connected with the inside of someone or something. The Internal Affairs Department is investigating police corruption. She was rushed to the hospital for internal bleeding. He is studying internal medicine in college. Her internal organs are shutting down. Check the internal temperature of the roasted chicken.
Join. To become a member. To connect two or more things together. He officially joined the organization. They voluntarily joined the military during the war. She recently joined a health club. They can join together to build a stronger team. I will gladly join you for dinner. He wanted to join the army. She persuaded him to join their team. They invited us to join them at their table. Thousands of people are expected to join the marathon. Would you like to join me for a drink? Please join me in thanking our guest tonight.
Kill. To cause the death of someone or something. The gunshot nearly killed him. I don't believe that he intentionally killed her. He was needlessly killed. She was on trial for allegedly killing her husband. He was going to kill the spider. They plotted to kill the dictator. The army killed many people. They killed the animal.
Kill. The act of causing death. The tiger made a clean kill. The hungry cougar smelled the fresh kill. The animal made a quick kill. The lion moved in for the kill. The poachers prepared for the kill.
Literally. Using exact words. Exactly. True. It is literally impossible to get my daughter to clean her room. Her crazy stories are literally true. His actions were literally insane. The hurricane literally destroyed our house. He literally starved to death. It literally disappeared right before our eyes. The car literally exploded.
Loss. The state of not having something anymore. The state of having lost a certain amount of money. Death of a person. He experienced significant loss of hearing after the accident. She suffered partial loss of vision after the explosion. He experienced weight loss after the surgery. Poor sales resulted in a huge loss for the company. The total loss was smaller than expected. The company reported an annual loss. Our family has suffered a tragic loss. She suffered the loss of her parents. The medication causes severe hair loss. How can we prevent the loss of more jobs? The business cannot take another loss. We need to cut our losses to stay in business. We are grieving the loss of our beloved grandmother. A symptom of the medication is a loss of appetite. The teacher's death was a tragic loss to the school. We sold the business at a loss.
Mainly. Mostly. We mainly use olive oil in our recipes. This situation mainly influenced his decision. She focuses mainly on studying. The bread mainly consists of potato flour. The incident mainly concerns 2 people. Our restaurant mainly serves vegetarian dishes. We mainly feed the dogs meat and rice. We are mainly concerned with feeding people. We are mainly responsible for his education. She is mainly interested in Ivy League colleges. He is mainly dependent on his parents for money.
Membership. The state of officially belonging to a group. I renewed my membership. He was denied membership. Membership has increased. He is seeking membership here. Did you purchase a membership yet? How much are the membership dues? I filled out the membership application. What are the membership requirements? Can I see your membership card? How big is the membership base? I paid the membership fee. He applied for a gym membership. How much is the individual membership? She received an honorary membership to the club.
Merely. Only. Simply. He merely nodded. We merely touched the surface. I merely repeated what she said. I merely suggested she try something else. I merely asked for her opinion. I merely pretended not to know. I merely ignored her. The move is merely temporary. I was merely curious. Seeing him was merely coincidental.
Minimum. The smallest amount possible. He's so cheap. He pays the minimum possible. Let's try to keep the noise to a minimum. He reached the minimum allowed. The minimum age is 18 to vote. He served the mandatory minimum. She pays the absolute minimum to her employees. The doctor said not to exceed the recommended minimum. We need a minimum of 10 volunteers. We need 3 meals a day at a minimum. He pays above the minimum required.
Minimum. Having the smallest amount possible. He got the minimum sentence. What is the minimum amount? It reached the minimum limit. She makes minimum payments. He received minimum training.
Numerous. Many. I saw her on numerous occasions. We have met numerous times. There have been numerous instances. She made numerous requests. They made numerous phone calls. There were numerous instances where she was lying. The number of people attending the party is becoming increasingly numerous in size. Her mistakes were numerous enough where she was finally fired.
Path. A small trail for walking, a direction of movement. Take the first path on the right. The path goes from our house to the cornfield. The path narrows ahead. I was really surprised to cross paths with him in Hawaii. Don't stand in his path. They are tracing the path of the tornado. We followed the bike path all the way down to the riverbank. There's a long path out of the woods. You can see our flight path marked on the map. The small town is in the direct path of the tornado. Stay on the correct path and you'll find the place. We followed the path through the forest. This path goes from the lake to the clearing. Continue down the path and you'll see the ocean.
Possession. Something that someone owns. The state of owning something. He lost possession of his home. She took possession of the house. I have to sell my possessions to pay the rent. This ring is my favorite possession. My grandfather's land is a valuable possession. He was arrested for unlawful possession of a gun. These are all of my worldly possessions. Is the car in your possession? She was charged with possession of illegal drugs.
Preparation. The act of getting ready. She is making preparations for the wedding. She has done a lot of preparation for the meeting. The presentation needs more preparation. He has started preparations for college. We are completing preparations for the meeting. She made careful preparations for the funeral. She received good preparation for college. This game requires mental preparation. We are making cupcakes in preparation for the wedding. She is doing her hair in preparation for the dance.
Progress. The development or improvement of something. I have been following his progress. Have you made any progress yet? He is hindering our progress. He is showing a lot of progress so far. Let's check her progress. He receives a monthly progress report. She has made considerable progress on the project. There has been good medical progress in recent years. There has been little progress on the book. We need to monitor the economic progress of this country. The plan is in progress. They haven't made progress with the plans. Have you had much progress on the house?
Progress. To move forward, to get better. As the evening progressed, we became closer. The disease is progressing quickly. As the story progressed, it became more and more interesting. The relationship is progressing slowly. The meeting progressed slowly. The children are progressing well. His reading gradually progressed with help. Her schoolwork failed to progress. How did we progress beyond this state? She gradually progressed up the corporate ladder. We need to progress with the times. We are progressing towards a more technological world.
Project. A planned activity. A school or work assignment. I am starting on a new project. Who is funding the project? We are doing this project together. They abandoned the project last month. The project aims to change the world. The project is aimed at children. He is the project manager. She is studying project management. What is the project budget? Do you want help with your art project? He is working on a research project. We are working on a huge project. It was an exciting project. This is an ongoing project. We are working on a new project.
Project. To stick out, to show or make heard from a distance. To predict. Nails were projecting from the walls. The intercom projected her voice throughout the house. They projected a movie onto the screen. The company is projecting a loss for this quarter.